You trust model testing? Well, turns out that's become the new attack surface. OpenAI and Hugging Face discovered that even just evaluating performance, not training, not serving, but simple testing, can be risky enough to put your sensitive data at risk. That's not what anyone expected. Model evaluation used to be routine. You grab a new model, run some benchmarks, and decide if it's ready to deploy. Easy. But now, with APIs driving bigger and more complex systems, even the testing phase can reveal critical vulnerabilities. The old thinking was just toss it in a sandbox and start iterating. But if malicious code or bad configuration slips in during evaluation, your entire pipeline could be compromised before you ever get to production. The big takeaway? Evaluation isn't low risk anymore. In fact, it could be your weakest link if you're not careful. So what actually happened? In June 2024, OpenAI and Hugging Face jointly disclosed a security incident while evaluating third-party models. During routine benchmarking, they noticed some abnormal activity. Permission for the test environment were way too broad. That meant someone could gain unauthorized access, and data used for testing could have been exposed. Instead of quietly fixing things, both companies went public. They immediately rolled out new security protocols, granular permission settings, audit logs for every action, and stricter network segmentation during evaluations. This wasn't theory. They had to lock down workflows that could have leaked customer data or proprietary insights. Here's why the technical details matter. Most developers treat evaluation environments like playgrounds. Pull in third-party models, run them against semi-sensitive datasets, and see what happens. But if your sandbox isn't fully isolated, you're opening yourself up to real risk. In this case, the problem was that evaluation routes had more access than necessary. The fix? Enforce the principle of least privilege, using role-based access controls for every evaluation job. Now, each model loaded for testing is isolated in its own container, with strict token permissions and a live audit trail. If you're a developer, stop reusing credentials and make sure every benchmark runs in its own temporary environment. Security can't be an afterthought, not even for basic model evaluations. So what does this mean for the industry? For startups, especially ones integrating Hugging Face or OpenAI APIs into automated workflows, things just got real. Automated benchmarking, like comparing Llama and GPT with your customer data, is no longer just a quick, casual step. You'll see new requirements for tighter access controls and isolation. SaaS AI vendors. Your evaluation pipelines just became more complex. Expect AWS SageMaker, Google Vertex AI, and other cloud platforms to release stricter templates and sandboxing tools in the next 6 months. And here's the thing, attackers are paying attention. Red team testers and bug bounty hunters won't just target production endpoints anymore. Evaluation sandboxes are fair game too. If your workflow isn't locked down from the start, you're vulnerable before you ever launch. For engineers and founders, the message is clear. You need to treat every stage, training, testing, and deployment, as equally critical. Here's my take. This risk is way underrated. I see so many teams, especially smaller outfits or those racing to ship MVPs, assume evaluation is safe enough. But OpenAI and Hugging Face just showed everyone how your entire pipeline could get compromised before your model even goes live. This isn't an edge case. If you're benchmarking at scale or fine-tuning on anything sensitive, enterprise-grade security is a must. If you're not updating your CI/CD pipelines and locking down every test with isolated environments and granular credentials, you're basically asking for trouble. So what now? Are you taking steps to secure your model evaluation pipelines, or are you still treating them like a playground? Will you change your workflow proactively or wait until after a breach?